under the banner of World Citizen National Socialists. Okay, so a lot of them understand. A lot of the left understand the notion of altruistic socialism. They like the idea of not being financially tyrannised by the banking establishment. Okay, they like the idea of not being friggin' dispossessed and disenfranchised and lorded over by scumbag white race traders. Okay, they like the idea of multiculturalism, whatever. They like the idea of multiculturalism. They like the idea of not, having race wars. Okay, they like the idea of embracing other humans on the planet. They like the idea of welcoming refugees and giving them a break because they've just suffered the war trauma of being bombed for no good reason other than for the greed, the avarice, the megalomania of war criminals. Okay, so there's a lot of good things that people on the left identify with. Okay, and they will fight to the death. Okay, to stand up for, because it's the honourable thing to do. It's the noble thing to do. Okay? Now, what I'm trying to explain to them is they're not wrong in that regard. Okay? It is the honourable thing to do. It is the noble thing to do. It is the Aryan ideal is what it is. Okay? But there is a difference. There is a difference between the Aryan ideal and altruism for the divide and steal. Okay? The communist Jew, as I've explained, owns the divide and steal. Alright? True socialism is the Aryan ideal. So what is going to happen is this. World Citizen National Socialists are going to rally and unite the left. Okay? The traitors in the left are going to be identified and removed from all positions of control, of corralling the left and managing the left, because it's a problem. Both the left and right are being managed and corralled by Jews. Okay? Now, or idiots for Jews, like useful idiots. Now, what was I going to explain? Alright, so we're going to be under true socialism, alright? And then on the right, the same thing is going to happen on the right, whereby the Zio nationalists are identified. They're the fake nationalists. They're not the true nationalists. They're Israel firsters. They're communists as well, like in the guise of being conservatives. They're communists. Trotskyites. The neocons are Trotskyite communists. Now, so we'll get authentic nationalism on the right. Okay. So all the traitors are going to be identified, and then we're going to meet in the middle. All right. So the left and the right are going to friggin' clean up the traitors and then meet in the middle of the road, if you like, to draw an analogy, okay? We're going to meet in the middle of the road as World Citizen National Socialists, okay? Because we are world citizens and we are national socialists, all right? So a world citizen is someone who respects the planet environmentally, who respects the planet as in doesn't accept undeclared neocon wars, or doesn't accept wars, period. Okay, we're not into war, right? We're into like respecting human life, not for like special elitist financial interests. Okay, we're not into death industries. We're into like respecting human beings, you know, and a right to life. A world citizen, Ken O'Keefe. Look up Ken O'Keefe. He started what are they called, World Citizen, TJP, this sort of thing. He's he's a pro-Palestinian activist, and a lot of his work gives you an idea of what a world citizen is. Now, what I'm suggesting is take that, okay, which is, he's an environmentalist, he's like anti-Zionist wars, okay. Take all that and understand, and also apply it to the context of nations, okay, whereby, since the end of World War II, we do have multicultural nations in the Western world, okay? That's not necessarily a bad thing. Some people on the right think it is a bad thing, and they just think they should be just all white nations and everyone else go back to their nation, okay? So what my World Citizen National Socialists is suggesting is this. It is what it is, okay? You can't, stop spending your life pretending reality is something it isn't. It is what it is, okay? So what I advocate for is a world network of authentic national socialist nations. So whereby the governments represent the people of their nation, represent the native population of their nation, not just special commercial interests, not just special corporate interests, okay? Not soulless entities. Well, that's what a corporation is. A corporation is a soulless entity. A human is a spirit man. Who means spirit? Man, okay? An entity with a soul, a human being, okay? So what's happened is all the governments of the world have started representing their corporate masters who own the system, who is the communist, which is a communist system. It's the Orwellian communist New World Order. That's not what we want. We don't want to be subjugated by the Orwellian communist New World Order, okay? And that's not the solution, all right? To be lorded over by Jews isn't the solution. Particularly when their correct station is to serve the kingdom. Okay? The kingdom. Now, okay, so in the Western world, where we already have multicultural nations, under a national socialist, under a world citizen national social governance, which is basically socially responsible government and public banking, not private central banking, in the national interest, okay? So nations take care of their people within that nation. Now, some nations are already multicultural, okay? Namely, white nations are multicultural, okay? You go to most of the other nations on the earth, they're not multicultural. They might have like a little area where they have expats, expatriates living there and working there, but they're not really multicultural nations. The only nations on the planet that are truly multicultural are white Western European nations. Now, the communist Jew agenda is to basically genocide white people in order to create a people they can lord it over, okay? Now, self-respecting white people, like myself for instance, we don't accept that. We're not going to be lorded over by communists, or like we're not going to be lorded over by Jews, by communist Jews, or other white people shilling for them. We're not going to be lorded over by bitches for communist Jews, okay? So if I can't get a job in this town, it's because of some bitch who is a bitch for the communist system, okay? And that's a traitor.